the 4th of July. So fireworks, firing up the barbecue, and hanging with friends. Joining us to talk about a few things to keep in mind this holiday weekend is Dr. Richard Chaffoo. Dr. Chaffoo, always great to see you.
Good to see you, Jen.
All right, this first point here, most people are going to spend time outside. Of course, San Diego is certainly one of the nicest cities to spend the 4th in. What should we remember when it comes to hitting the beach, hitting the pool, kind of just hanging out outside?
Well, the big thing, Jen, is safety. You know, the big thing, if you're going to be outside at the pool, you're going to be at the beach, obviously you want to remember sunscreen. Sun exposure is a big issue, sunburns this time of the year. Another thing with a lot of the pools and water is you want to be really careful because there are certain organisms that will grow in pools, even in chlorine pools, and something called crypto, which is actually a parasitic infection that occurs and affects about 50% of all water infections that occur in the United States each year. More common in pools, actually chlorine resistant. So it's something that young kids, older people can get. It can be quite a serious illness.
Wow, not to be confused with Superman's kryptonite, of course.
Right.
All right, Dr. Chaffoo, to a burn of a different kind, if you will, with the grill. As I was reading through your notes, I was really surprised how many people are injured by a grill every year.
You know, Jen, it is amazing. Honestly, there are about 7,000 to 8,000 house fires yearly from people cooking on their outdoor grills. And we've seen that most of those are related to the fact that the grills may not be supervised properly. They may be up against the side of the house or an eave or underneath a tree. And, you know, so the important thing is if you're going to use a grill, make sure that the grill is actually out away from your house. Make sure you've got water to put it out with. Make sure there's no overhanging branches, and certainly most importantly, don't leave it unattended because you're, younger children or a pet or animal. Another interesting thing with some of the grills is people are using some of these wire brushes, which I use, to clean the grills. And the problem is that some of them the pieces of metal can fleck off, and so if you don't clean your grill carefully, they can actually get into your hamburger. And there have been some cases of people ingesting these and ending up in a hospital because of a foreign body that they ingested.
Man, that'd be no bueno for the 4th of July. As we look at all that video, Dr. Chaffoo, of the burgers and the chicken, one thing we have to be concerned about is food poisoning. I mean, how many times are we at picnics, right? And you're kind of wondering, like, how long has that potato salad been sitting out? Right,
exactly. And a big thing, Jen, is if you're going to cook any kind of meats, of course, meat thermometer is the way to go. You want that internal temperature of that burger to be at about 160 degrees. About 1/4 of burgers that cook that you look at and you think, oh, they're done, they're brown on the inside, are actually not at 160 degrees. That temperature is important because it eliminates bacteria at that point. And then you're right. If you're going to have hot food sitting out for a few hours, it needs to be at least 140 degrees or more. And if it's cold food sitting out, it needs to be at least 40 degrees or cooler. Any food that's left out at room temperature outside for more than 2 hours unattended probably needs to be discarded, or you're at an increased risk for getting food poisoning.
Yeah, maybe take that potato salad and surround it by like a bunch of cold beers or something to keep it cold.
Right.
Dr. Chaffoo, always great to see you. Happy 4th.
Happy
we appreciate
4th,
you
Jen.
coming in.
Pleasure.